Alright, morning all. Paul Morris here. Bloody blurbing on again. I wasn't going to come in this early, but we just saw what the games were up. Quite tasty, both of them. I thought, I'll scuttle in and irritate yous all with my dulcet tones. So, mother-daughter on the right-hand side. And sort of not quite mother-daughter, but similar age range on the left-hand side. That's quite a good shot from Kerry. Bit of a pocket blocker there. Certainly gives her a lot of control on this table. And if we look 3 or 4 shots ago with those 2 balls on the bottom rail, certainly changed it around, put a lot of pressure on Tony here. Because both of these, Kerry and Tony, runners up in the pairs day before yesterday. Yeah, I don't think Tony will be happy with that shot. Right, so just chatting with our producer Paul, it looks like because both the main and the flight started, sorry, not the flight, the plate started at the same time, and half the field have buys, it's quite a possibility that we're going to have to wait with breaks till matches finish to be able to get games up on the streaming table. So potentially we'll have quite a few breaks this morning. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Bit unfortunate for Nancy there, overran that a little bit. But it's not Nancy, Lydia. See if we can double kiss this in. Yeah, it's not done any harm, that shot. Okay, wee blocker from Tony on the right hand table. Quite surprised at their scoreline. I thought that would be a closer match there. So Nancy's got a wee bit of work to do here. Lydia's in the box seat as far as... good effort there. Clears out one of the trouble balls for Kerry. And would have put her nicely box seat for a finish there. So Nancy's going to have a bit of fun with running this through and getting a shot on the black. I think there'll be a double coming up into the bottom left corner here somewhere, depending on the pace she plays this, of course. So yeah, don't think it's going to go back into the side pocket. Right, Tony, what are you going to do here? You've got a wee bit of work to do. Got those 2 balls up on the top right of that table in the poo. So you need to start working on how you're going to deal with those. Doesn't matter if you use one of your workers, it's not doing anything there. You might as well use it to get yourself a position. Okay, Lydia's managed to pop a frame back on Nancy. Probably no harm done there in that shot, that miss from Tony. 12's on for the cut, so's the 11 into the bottom right. 12 for the cut. If Kerry can see that 9. Oh, okay. Producer Paul's just confessed to...
I'm just double checking, watching myself.
Yeah, producer Paul's had all this all set up wrong. Could be 7-0 on the other table the way things are going. Okay, so Kerry's problem now is to get a shot on that black. So obviously the 13's going to be running across that table just nice and easy with a shot on the 12. And it's going to come down to where she can get... Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why that's finished.
Right. So, on the left-hand side. One job, Paul. One job.
As you say, it's hard to concentrate on two matches that...
Oh, actually, the producer's confessing it's hard to concentrate on two tables at once. And yet, here we are with two... Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
We're bringing what the people want. It's not what we want, Paul. It's what the people want.
Oh, he's coming up with democracy as the bloody thing. Yeah, righto. It's what the people want, is it? Yeah.
Can't see more.
New Zealand is a nation of 20 million sheep, 4 million of which think they're human. This all comes back to let's work as a team and do it my way.
Another main event going on. Nikki, Crookshank and Kareen.
Okay, we've got another main event coming up on the other table shortly. Nikki Crookshank, Karina Davies. Kareen
Simpson.
Oh, Kareen Simpson. Oh, yep, cool. 20 Kareen 22nd qualifier, Nikki 43rd. Okay, the way Kerry's fluffing around with that 12, this very serious danger of dropping a frame back here. No, not with that shot. That may be the farm there. That needed to be a little bit less pace to make sure that cue ball stayed at that end, the top end of the table. I think that was the right ball that was played. Oh, that was a very, very hard shot for what it needed to be. Evening PM, yes, Jan, I understand the sentiment, but I think possibly your body clock may be a little bit out of whack. Yep, good shot, Kerry. The ones there is a starter, but that is not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, 3-0 down, do you have the confidence to go for it? Yes, you do. What have you got to lose? Absolutely nothing. Don't think that 7 slips past that 8 into that pocket. Or might do, actually. I think we'll find out very, very shortly. If it doesn't go, we're going to play attacking. Do you take that 5 now and have a go at popping that 3 off the cushion, Tony? I think what we're going to see now is possibly that black going in towards that corner. It's not going to go, but it might cause some disruption on that 7. Okay, Corinne to break on the left. Oh, it does go. Well, I would call that a little bit of a unexpected result. I expected a very tight tussle between those two. But well done, Kerry. 4-0. The march will continue. So Corinne and Nikki, dry break. Couple of easy starters there. $13.14 doesn't look like a direct plant. 12 on the cushion.
I thought you were looking for your overhead.
Yep, so I think probably Nikki's going to be dealing with the small ones here. Yep. Yeah, that's not a bad result. That 6 will run down that rail nice and easy. The only troublesome ball she's got here is the 5. And that's manageable. A stop shot on the 2. And it's going across and towards the bottom left corner. So there's no big dramas there. So shot to the 7 after this one. Yeah, that worked out well. If this doesn't go, I suspect that 12 is going to be running down the rail at some stage in towards that corner where the 2 is. Nope. So what are we doing here, Corinne? It's taking the 9, obviously. Where are we going next?
Battle of your clubmates, Letitia and Margot.
Okay, so it's taken that plant on. Yeah, I'm not sure that was... needed a little bit more oomph into that, I suspect. It was a bit tentative, that shot. It still leaves the potential for that 5 going across the table to clear it out of there. Yeah, that's pretty much perfect position for that. Yep, that was not well executed, Nikki. I don't think you'll look back on that with any fondness. So the game going up on the other table, I'm told, is Margot Kingy and Letitia Jackson. Yeah, you're right, Jan did cover the 6, but it's not... but, I mean, that 6 is open for double, so, yeah. Right. Dry break from Margot. Awkward little stance on this, bridging on the 6. I just overran that a little bit. I think the cut might be on for the 13 in the side for Corinne. Still an open table on the right hand side. Probably really the small ones would be the ones to have a look at here, I suspect, with the 1 and 6 in that pocket, bottom pocket, but Margot's going for the low hanging fruit. Yeah, that's not badly executed. Yep, good option there, Corinne. 7 might still be on, but it's not an easy shot, and controlling that cue ball from there will be interesting. Good shot there from Margot. That's nicely positioned, right in the middle of them all. It was sort of a nasty break, leaving that clump in the middle. Just, next shot will be where you want to be looking at getting yourself something. Yeah, I think the 13 doubles. Might be just enough room past that 3 for the 13 to double. Certainly that's the ball you'll be playing because there's nothing else. You could possibly take it back into the corner where your hand is. Now that was the shot, it's just the execution was a little bit lacking. Okay, 6 is next, I think. I don't think that one's going past the 6, so bit of a stun screw. Does that 5 go on its own into the corner, into the side pocket? No, it doesn't. Oh, that one did go. Oh, well. Shows you how much you know when you can't see what's going on. Okay, 13's going inside the black by the look of it. There's not many other options there. The cue ball should pop on the 11, so if it goes, the 11 will be played up the table somewhere. Doesn't, apart from covering the 6, I don't know if that shot had a huge amount of value. Bit hard to judge pace when you hit him that thin. You definitely don't need to hit him as hard as you think you do to get that cue ball moving sometimes. Not cue ball, the object ball. So I've only had 2 coffees this morning, so I'm still not quite on the game. Yeah. Bit stabby, that stroke. That didn't travel off the cushion as much as it could have done. Good pot. Okay, so nice stroke there from Corinne on the left-hand table. See if that black goes past the 13, shall we? Yeah, it does. So I think we can see what Letitia's plan is here, taking a medicine for distance. Oops. Well, I think that black saved Letitia a bit of embarrassment there. That was running through very, very close to that corner pocket was that cue ball. Uh, 6 1/2 dozen which way you go here. Oh, that's not the one you wanted. So I suspect that's a snooker there. Yep, that is. So I think we'll probably see the 12 as a free ball. And good spread there from Nikki, but a dry break. So Letitia's either... No, she's taken the cut on direct, the double on. Yeah, lovely shot. Quite brave in the circumstances, because those 3 balls were right out in the middle and they were pretty much on all over the place. So, no, well executed. Good, brave shot. Shows a bit of confidence. Corinne taking on the overs, which is not a bad call considering where that 12 is. So if that 13 goes past the 7, I think the any pain associated with the 10 and 9 might have wanted to run that through a little bit more, so the 9 and 10 was an option here. Well, we have a flyer. Taking on the plant on the left table. Yeah, nice. There's still a gap there now, so now your call is whether or not you take the 13 and try and push that 1 away. Now, I think that's the obvious shot here, because that 1's blocking off the 14, so you may as well deal with that now. There's a big gap there, so there's no value in leaving that 13 there. In fact, it's almost negative, because that 1 can go in there as a blocker, so you may as well take it now. Try and pop the 1 away. There needed to be more of a run-through shot without trying not to make the cue ball die on the cushion. Yeah, good option there. Where are we going here, Nikki? You're taking on the 7? Where are you going to take it? Does it go in the corner, or are you going to take it in the side? In the side, that cue ball's travelling towards the top left corner. Okay, Letitia's shot there. She probably overran that a little bit, but that's still got the 13 by the looks of it. I think that 13's on. Yeah, I think she's got that 13 into that corner. To be the next shot, that cue ball's going to come back. Taken on the 15, okay. Hasn't turned out too bad. Oh, yep, flirting with danger there, Nikki. So she's left Margot that a tricky little 1. 2 for the cut into the corner. Might not have got it, but it might have got it closer. A good pot there. So Margot's problem's going to be the... Okay, what have I missed? Was there a cue foul there? Because that was turnover. That was definitely a pot from... Yeah, I think I'll just put that back a little bit on this. Yeah, there we go. What happened here? Ah, yeah, Q foul on the 13. Yep. That's a bit unfortunate for Margot. So Corinne's not popping that one away has left her a little bit of a problem here with that 14. Can deal with it now. Bit hard. That just needed to be off the cushion and in front of the 1. It's the only way you're going to have an option for covering that up there. So Nikki's got the 4 and then the 1 as combo, so as combination next couple of shots. So she can either use that 1 as a blocker if she wants to be a bit negative, or she can have a go with it now. So she's pretty much in the box seat here. The 6 will go inside the 9. In fact, it's going there now. And she needs to hit the cushion first. She hit the 9 full and quite thick full, so that was a bit of a rank miss there, Nikki. You won't be walking to the table, away from the table, very happy there. Pace is in question with that shot there, Corinne. Trouble is, you feather these shots and your cueing seems to go to mush. Ah, good shot. Yeah, very good shot. So you're playing the double back into the right hand side now. Probably, hopefully your cue ball's going to travel down towards that 8 to give yourself a shot. Might even get the split if you're lucky. Oh no, just playing the safety. Probably not a bad call for where that 2 is. Okay, Margot, what are you going to do here? Careful of the in off. No, not if you're going to hit it like that. Dale having a wee look. Could be close to... Yeah. Close to hitting that 8 for that pot. It's going to be, sort of need the cue ball halfway between the black spot and the middle of the table, up and down the centre, that sort of line. To take the cut on the 6, so you get the split, but Nikki's just made sure of the pot rather than the position. Yeah, that's not a bad option there. Discretion, better part of valour. A thin cut on that 10 into the side. Cue ball's probably not going to come back into those 2 to get the split. But if you don't hit it too hard, you'll get a shot on the 8. Corinne, you see what you're looking at. So the angle's off the 2 cushions up the top, isn't it? Or you're just going to run this up into the corner. I'd be possibly thinking about a long double into the corner by the black, but the in-off would be the tricky little thing there. So Letitia's 2 up on the right-hand table.
You just said it's going to be a juicy match. Kerry and Kimberly Cullen. The last 32.
So possibly a little enough angle here for Nikki to get that split if she plays it as a sort of a stunny runny thing over towards the right hand side. Playing a left off the object ball. It's sort of almost at the limit of where you could probably play that shot. Okay, she's going to be playing the 2, get the split. It's an interesting option. You've really got to make sure that cue ball travels over to the left-hand side of the table. Yeah, well, that's making a bet, isn't it? It depends on how far off the cushion that 14 is. I think if you played that really thin, cue ball travel up down the table. Might have been a bit of a gamble, that shot, Nikki. Yeah, a bit of a gamble. I think the only thing here now is if Corinne overhits this, because that cue ball's going to be travelling roughly in a line towards the side pocket. But she plays a bit of billiards, so I suspect the check side shot might be coming into play here. Just realised my cup from the day before yesterday is still here. Yep, nicely done. So 2 up for Corinne, 2 up for Letitia. It's a fairly ambitious shot there, Letitia. Worth a crack though, I suspect. I think that 10's slightly round the... Oh no, 10 will run. 10 will run down into the corner. If you want to take that on next, or you've got the 14. 10 it is. It's enough cushion there to stop the in off. Oh, lovely pot there, Margot Kingy, lovely pot. I think that 12 will go past the 14. You've got 3/4 of a pocket to play with. Okay, Corinne got... Oh, do the plant thing, eh? That works as well. Oh, Kimberly Cullen, Kerry Lowe being called up for table 11. That would have been a lovely game to be watching. on the big screen, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, Letitia, your job now is to make sure you get a shot on the 11. Yeah, that works. You have a free ball there. How much attention am I paying? Not enough, apparently. 2 tables. Apparently the people have spoken. Well, what the people are saying is a load of bloody... Yeah, okay, we won't go there. 5 next. Up and down. 6. 7. And then the 8 by the looks of it. Yeah. It's all about where you leave the cue ball and, well, potting too, obviously. That's a very long bridge there, Ms. Kingy. But you did very well moving that 7 away, so that 8's on in both those bottom pockets now. And considering your line on the 12, that's going to be useful if you can get both of these balls. One good pot now, Margot Kingy. Don't need to do anything flash. But you do need to get it, because if you don't, then Letitia's in for all money. No, nowhere near. That was sort of scoopy, that shot. I don't think that was that cue went through straight there. I think the term we use in that sort of thing is chicken wing with the backhand. It did not come through straight. When I play shots like that, I usually, because I'm dropping my shoulder instead of just playing the stroke through. It's applying body English before you finish the stroke. Yeah, g'day Barry. Barry Jones, good morning. One of our 71 viewers. Wonder how many have got the sound turned off. Quite a few, I would suspect. So that was a bit of a rank miss on that 5 from Letitia. But yeah, I see that wee wry smile on Margot's face. Less said about that one, the better. I don't see any harm in using the 12 for position on these 2 balls. I mean, it's good position there for the 5, and backing yourself, and she's got a good shot before. I think Margot's got enough angle here if she doesn't kill the cue ball on the cushion. to get good position. So she killed the cue ball on the cushion and didn't get good position. It needed to be played with a bit of run through. So now she's got a tricky wee cut. She's not going in off either way. Now she's just making a call which direction she's going. I'd be tempted to go into the bottom right myself. Cause a little bit of mischief, and the cue ball's not going to run into that 5. Let's have a look at her queuing. Is she interesting? 4. Oh, that was a really, really good pot there, Margot. But I think if you look back on that, you'll find the stroke was interesting. Certainly effective. I'm not going to argue with that. However, the queuing was... I was looking at your queuing when you played that shot because we were right down the line of it. That's one for the replay. For instructional purposes. Good option from Nikki here, getting one of the trouble balls out of the way. Doesn't matter if you didn't get it. And that will not be a snooker because the 7 is there. Pretty sure that is not covered. Oh, thank you, Barry. Sitting at Melbourne Airport on the way home. Great commentary. Lovely. With stuff like that, that makes you almost my favourite listener. Okay, has Corinne got a free ball out of that? Is that cue ball tucked right on that black so she can't see the 7? Or not? No, it isn't.
Your information, we're going to do prize giving the same way we did the other day on a separate stream.
Yeah. We needed to get that big shiny ball out of the way so you could see the way Corinne was playing that ball. So Ronnie's head. Wonder what number he's got on it. 16. So I'm just being told by the Paul, the producer, that the prize giving will be done the same way as they did for the pairs. It'll be on the tablet out in the hall area. But that's an hour or 3 away at this stage.
Just a tad.
Yeah, okay, Nikki, that probably the right shot, but unfortunate where that 13 ended up. Unlucky, Margot. Okay, that 13 now looks like it's in danger of not being a problem. Coming off the 15, that cue ball should run down there nicely, so long as you do not overhit it and run into the 5. In fact, if you just play this pocket weighted no more, probably going to give yourself enough angle, come off the cushion and have a shot at the 10 after the 13. Yeah, okay. Unfortunate there, just a little bit overhit. Okay, Letitia's left herself in a little bit of pain here after that. Don't think she can see past the 6 for the plant, can she? Well, she might be able to. So she want to take the plant on? No, she doesn't. She's going to play the percentages. It's a bit unfortunate. But that was probably the right shot there in the circumstances. Yeah, nicely done there, Corinne. Played a little bit of side on that. Bring the cue ball over to the right hand side of the table. Means you're going to be playing into the pocket where your opponent's last balls are, so good chance of playing a covering shot if you don't get the pot. Very nicely done there, Corinne Simpson. Oh, what was Nikki doing there? Is there a bit of adrenaline going on there, Nikki? Possibly Letitia with that shot she just played there could have played that a bit harder and got the split out of the 8 as well. She's sort of in the box seat with the 10-11 in there. Which way are you going to go? You're going to coming back into the... Yeah, that's going to make the 8 interesting now. Got a wee bit of work to do to get yourself out of the hole there, Margot. But at least you're going to make Letitia do a lot of work to be able to get a shot at that 8. So you're buying yourself a little bit of time. Possibly might have thought about putting that 4 across the table from there, leaving that 7 where it was. So Letitia's got herself in a bit of pain here because that 4 is stopping the natural angle for the long double after she's just managed to snooker herself. So Corinne's just on a toilet break, so we'll just jump on here until when she comes back. So I can see a little bit of side being played on this cue ball here. She's going off 4 cushions here. Nowhere, absolutely nowhere near it. So, what do we do here? Probably the best thing we can do now is combo 2 onto the 10. Just don't overhit it, Margot. Yeah, that's good. So that one unfortunate shot has certainly changed the face of this game. So Margot's choice, that 6 is into the side nicely. Okay, big one off the break for Nikki. It's a good shot, Margot, because what that's going to do is just pocket weight on that 4, and it's going to leave you a shot on the 2. You got a wee bit of angle there, so you're probably not going to snook yourself with the black. So that's probably the finish here if you get this pot. Nikki getting the big ones. Probably needs to be a little more run through there. You can still see it, I think, but I'd be calling a referee to be looking at that one. It's not on. Bad luck. Probably needed to run that cue ball a little bit further through. However, off the cushion onto the 2 with no more than just touching to touch it, and Nikki has got one hell of a shot she's going to have to play on the 11 up the table. Yeah, that worked out well. Could have been a lot worse. Cue ball, the 2 coming off the cushion back into the cue ball to stop it travelling. Probably slightly overhit it, but it's not too bad at all. Well, that wasn't very far off going in. Okay, it's not a good place for that cue ball. It gives Margot all sorts of relief. Not cue ball, the 11. One of them. Yeah, nicely done. So that shot Nikki played on the 10 and the last shot, the double, after she left herself nothing else, that was well executed, blocking off that 2. And 2 all on the right hand table. Nice double, Nikki. So do you take that double on up into the corner? Down into the... looks like you're lining that up for a double into the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, they're taking that cut on there. Okay, that's definitely playing the long game there. Dry break. Yeah, big ones were the option there. No damage done there at all, Corinne. It's probably the shot to take on that table. Clears out one of your trouble balls, and just deal on that 4, because I don't think Nikki's going to have a shot on the 10 after this, if she wants to pot this. Yeah, I'm not certain that was the right way to go about that. Yep, she's got a hand up for the ref, I think. So we're going to see the number 16 ball in front of the... number 16 ball in front of the shot again. That's a good angle. Thank you, Ronnie. It looked like a miss to me. Not by far off it. Good idea going off 2 cushions. So now you've got some things to deal with here, Corinne. Free ball 10, eh? Maybe, yeah, what do? Do you put the 8 in? Put the 8 in by the 3 and the 5? You've got a lot of work to do before you getting on to the 8. Okay, now your job is to stop Nikki getting a shot at that 8. Not certain that plant was the best option. It cleans out the 2, but it doesn't give you any long term, and you've still got that nasty 4 up on that cushion there. Playing the 6 here. Yep. That leaves, if you get this, you're leaving a little bit of latitude for leaving the cue ball to avoid the free ball. The 2 doesn't block off the 8, I don't think, into that corner pocket. Well, it won't do after this shot if that's what you play. Run, rabbit. There was a little... You see what Corinne was trying to do there and get down the table. I thought the shot was a little stabby. She needed to follow through with that a bit more. As the billiard player would say, you push your cue through wet concrete.
I was just talking to Adam Lilly. He might pop up for a bit later. Enjoying it.
So where are we going here now? Yeah, just get that out of there. That's the best good option there. Oh, that needed to be better than that. Now you've just, as I say, kicked the can down the road because you've still got to deal with that one. But now you can see the benefit of removing that 6 out of the equation because it takes away the free ball option on the 8. So the long double's not on because the cue ball's going to be travelling towards the 7 and the 3. Unless you go into the side pocket. Yeah, the double kiss is danger too. Right, again, you're taking on that 4 now. Just thin it. Don't need to do anything special with it. Just get it out from where it is. It's a good option. Good option. Doubles are on now. Long doubles. Or short doubles, as the case may be. Good golly, there's only one ball on the table that could have given you a free ball, and that might have been it. That could be a snooker both ways. Sort of an interesting frame here on the left. I've lost complete track of what's going on the right-hand table. Oh, that's an unfortunate shot there, Margot Kingy. That was a good pot. Looks like Dale's going to be earning his pay. There's definitely a snooker on the clump of 3 down in the corner. Good pop, Letitia. I think you might have got yourself enough angle for the 4. Yes, you have. Bad luck, Letitia. Where are we going, Margot? Yeah, see, she's left herself a little bit of angle, so that'll come naturally round for the 14. Then back for the black. Dale's earning his pay over on the left-hand table. Oh, Margot, come on. Yeah, the hand slapping the table, picking up the chalk. That is not happiness-filled, is it? Good effort, Letitia. Nikki's a bit of a referee herself, ghosting Dale. I suspect, considering the state of this game, okay, don't know what the call is. What we need is some way of getting them to tell us how it works. The hand signal from the referees on the TV tables. I might have a yarn to Ronnie about that, if we can do that. But I probably better not tell him I'm calling his head the 16th, number 16 ball, if I do that. I think we're seeing a little bit of a comedy of errors in this frame on the right-hand table. You sort of get into that spiral where the frame just degenerates into mistake after mistake after bad luck after bad luck. And it gets into the sort of this death spiral. So I think both of these players will be more than happy when this frame's finished. Shot Nikki. Another frame to Letitia. On the hill. So hill and both.
Not hill, but one on the hill, isn't it? You said it's hill.
Oh, yes, yeah, one of them's on the hill in both tables. Yeah. My commentary's been corrected by the producer who doesn't do any commentary. Thank you, I need all the help I can get. Mind you, he didn't bring me up a coffee when he went downstairs to get his own caffeine, so, yeah. Mind you, I think I'm more the trained monkey than he is. Yeah, you're right there, John. Take the 1 anyway. The option would have been to push the 8 in towards the 3, I'm guessing, but I don't even know if that was a free ball or not, to be fair. I don't know what the call was. So, reasonably good break there from on the right-hand table. 2 balls, both in the same pocket. 1 big one, 1 small one from the looks of it. And it's still an open table. Nikki's on smalls. Don't think she can see the 4. Don't think she can see the 2. 3 might be on. Definitely the 5 there. What's Margot doing? Why is she walking away from the table? Ah, Paul is getting me a coffee. Just milk, thank you. Well, didn't expect to shame him into action. And that be a combo. So, did Margot not nominate on that shot when she potted down the rail? I'm so surprised at Paul getting me a coffee, I sort of lost track of what's going on. Where are we going with this? Yep. Okay. Probably you want the 13 next if you're going to be doing that one, Corinne. I might even look at the 13 first, to be fair. It's more of a problem ball than the 12 was. Yeah, good shot. It gives you a chance to get that nasty 2 out of there. And it'll bring you a nice wee angle to come back up for the 3 as well. It's a good shot. Sort of dug into that a little bit, that shot. It wasn't a stroke, it was sort of dug into. But not sure if that's the technical term. I'm sure there's something there. Morning, Miss Heavey. How are you today? Okay. Reasonably good shot. Ah, thank you, Paul. You realise you've set a precedent now. Right, and you've escaped enough of the jaw there, Margot. Definitely the 2's the ball. I think you've got a wee bit of angle, so you come back for the 5 next. You're not going to get down onto that 6 at this stage. Oh, I sit corrected. If I was commentating standing up, I'd be standing corrected. Good pock, Nicky. Good double, Margot. Now you've got to do it again. Oh, nice coffee. Thank you, Paul. So it looks like you're going to have to take the plant on, Nikki. Yeah, g'day, Tom. How are you? How's life over the coast, matey? I think you're coming over, aren't you? Tomorrow? Or you're coming over this afternoon? Ah, good effort there. Good shot, Letitia. I think the cut's on for the 5 over the other side, but that takes away the natural pocket for that shot, for the 5. So Margot's got a little bit of work to do here. She's taking on the long double. Is she going to take to the left or the right? No, she's taking the cut on. Now that is awkward cueing. That's not conducive to accuracy, stroking like that. Get the jigger out. That cue is not going to come through straight. It's good effort though. But, yeah. Good shot, Corinne. I probably would have taken that 15 though, just for posse, because it doesn't really matter where that. Oh, it's amazing how big those side pockets get when the cue ball's travelling towards them, isn't it, Letitia? Yeah, you needed to have that cue ball a bit further up the table. I think that's still on, but it's tricky. It's certainly not gone from it's gone from a gimme to a iffy now. Righto, Margot, what are you going to do? You need to be very sure of this shot. I'm not a fan of this shot. This is going to have a lot of potential for error here. She's not sure of it herself. Probably the best thing to do would be to take the 9 direct, or even the 10 and off the 9. Yeah, I think that might have just seen the farm disappear. Oh, okay, Tom. Yep, well, we'll see you on Thursday, mate. Right, so that's Letitia 4th 2 up over Margot. I think Margot will look back on that and rue a few of the mistakes. So Nikki's left herself a tricky little shot here. The double's on. Looks like that's what she's going for. So that's interesting. So she's left a chalk mark on that table now. And I'm not certain that you're allowed to do that. Don't recall in this set of rules if there's anything about marking the table. I mean, it doesn't matter in this case because she actually hit the ball where they put the mark on there, but it wasn't the right place. But it's a thing doing it. I might just have a wee look at that if there's something in our rules, in Clubs New Zealand rules, about marking the table. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with lying your cue on the table, but to put your tip on the felt and leaving a chalk mark like that. So Nikki's got herself a little bit of a reprieve here. So that cuts on. It's a big pocket in there now. I can't see how that can go in and out of there without doing something to the black. That was fairly lucky. And 4-1 to Corinne.
Well, we're waiting for that next game to start. It's been cool. We'll just do a quick sponsors.
So while we're waiting for the next games, we'll just do the sponsorship thingy. So just get in behind all these people helping us out here. Next game up's been called. It's Charlotte Williams, Marianne Edwards. There's some really nice matches coming up for us today from the looks of it. Righto, back into it. Marianne Edwards playing out of Hornby, Charlotte Williams out of Cashmere. Reasonably strong break there from Charlotte.
Ooh, Aileen and Zari.
Okay, in the other table we're going to have Aileen Barnes, Zari Woods. We are being spoilt, aren't we? Okay, Charlotte's got a fairly open table here. The 3's a bit tricky, the 5's in an awkward place. Not anymore. Good shot. Oh, that's not bad leave there. I think she was playing for the 3. But that 2's on there now. Just on that thing with Nikki putting a wee chalk mark on the table, probably by error. Don't misunderstand what I'm getting at here at all. It's I'm definitely not suggesting it was deliberate. It's just in the heat of the moment, something like that. I think we all know how that works. You just sort of like put the cue on the table and line up. However, meshes and markers rule 36. So that says it's be a demeanour foul and subject to discretion on penalty determined under Rule 31. The ruling says nor marking a table either by outside agency or by fingerprint to determine any aid to assist the playing of a player's shot. So Rule 31 is demeanour. So could be the referee's discretion, whether it's a verbal warning, minor foul, major foul, extreme foul, loss of frame or loss of match. Not in any circumstances am I suggesting that Nikki did that deliberately. It's to my mind, the way it was done, it was just what do you call it? Just absent-mindedly doing it. The great white kiwi, if you say so, and just put your chalk there instead, easier to see. Either way, that comes under the outside agency, so nah, you shouldn't be doing that. We do have a spirit of the game in which to play, I feel. So, yeah, righto, Charlotte. We got 2 tables up now.
Sorry.
So Zari and Aileen.
Didn't quite see it start.
Yeah. We have a snooker situation here. I don't think. We might get away with that 13 in the overhead. Okay, 1, 2, 5. So dry break. Zari's missed, still open table. Good option there. Charlotte. So Aileen lining up that. The 5 to go onto unders. Oh, this is a good leave there, Marianne. You didn't take the 13, which would have been the pot. It's aggressive. That's a fairly... it's buying a bit of time there because that 12, if you hit the 2, is going to push that 3 away from the pocket. So, okay, there wasn't room for the 6 past the 2 for Aileen, obviously. I thought that would have been a bit tight. We need an overhead on that table. Yeah, nicely executed.
Kimberly Cullen 4-0 over Kerry Lowe.
No. Kimberly Cullen 4-0 up over Kerry Lowe. One of the match result. That was a pretty quick match too, by the looks of it. Someone's in good form today. Any predictions on the day? Well, it depends who drops. Kerry's gone.
That top half of the draw looks quite strong again.
Yeah, there's some interesting matches coming up. If Kimberly keeps up the form that she's just dealt with Kerry with, then got to say she's in the clear in the box seat. You've got Claire Shanahan dropped one frame yesterday. Jojo Coleman dropped one frame yesterday. So Camellia Cook in there as well. So yeah, I'm not making. Well, I mean, Kimberly and Camellia, are, if they carry on, are going to come into the quarters, play each other. Jojo's going to play the. If she carries through, she'll be playing the winner of that match in the semis. Yeah, I think the top half of the draw's really, really messy.
Yeah. Look at Kimberly.
So,
Play Gina next.
yeah, so Gina's playing Janet McGrath now, and the winner of that goes on to play Kimberly. So the top half of that draw is probably the one. It's the toughest one, to be fair. However, having said that, with the pairs, we found that the Kerry and Tony had a really tough run through, and they looks like they might have played their finals before they got to the final. So it's interesting mix there. I'm not going to make any predictions out of that one. Too many strong players playing well. I'm not a betting man. To my mind, gambling is a tax on the stupid. That was an interesting miss. I think that sort of let Aileen off the hook there. Yeah, Great White. Could well be. I haven't seen her form though. She didn't play in the pairs. I don't think she played in the pairs. So, no, she didn't play in the pairs. So, yeah. Your rented house, I think you said you're putting up. No wasted effort there on Aileen's part with that pot. Okay, this will be good shot to... Oh, that's really, really well done there, Charlotte Williams. That's a great shot. There was not a huge amount of angle to play with there. Yeah. That was an impressive shot, Charlotte. Yeah, I'm not certain you really wanted that one, Aileen. Small one down for Marianne, but it looks like big ones are in the box seat. Nothing else there for her. So ref called for this shot. I think it's going to have to come off the cushion onto the 8. Snookered herself. It's not a hard snooker to get out of. The difficulty will be avoiding giving Zari a shot afterwards. Yeah, that's probably as good as you're going to... maybe. Could have been better. That 12's the one there. Oh, wow. No, there's no live streaming again until late Wednesday from 5 o'clock, I think, which will be post-section.
That's when I can get here. So it might be after 5, but yeah. I'm scheduled to finish at 5:30, but hopefully it'll be earlier.
Yeah, so it's just a matter of having someone here to do the producey bits, because apparently Paul has to work for a living.
Start of the month at work, we can't get time off.
Oh, now he's bleating in my ear about how life is sort of... yeah, if I was a decent human being, I'd have some sympathy. Oh, okay. Now that was an interesting shot selection there for playing that, Charlotte. Where were you going to screw that one to? Because I'm assuming that's what you were trying to do. Yeah, I can see what you're trying to do there, Marianne. You've got the split on those 3 nasty ones in the middle. Good pot, Zari, but you haven't helped yourself much with that. Oh, that was on. I didn't think that was on. 10 in the corner from Charlotte. I don't think she was anticipating that going either. Pretty sure she can't see the cut on the... No, she can't. Can't see the cut on the 11 to get it back into the... not far off the double. So Marianne's sort of got a chance here. There's nothing that's really tricky. Just a matter of getting a transition from the 3. So I'm pretty sure that Aileen will be going to the left-hand bottom pocket and have the cue ball pretty much on the cushion. No, it doesn't look like it's going the other way. Wow, that is a good black. Is that not a good black? Oops. After saying it's a good black, I better give the score to the right person. It's 2 people up here with monkey fingers. Marianne's decided to go the other way. That's not a bad option there. It takes away the issue of the transition onto the black a little bit. So if just a wee touch on this down, leave yourself a little bit of angle on that 4 and you'll probably come round for the 8. So it's not a bad sequence here. Yeah, that's nice wee shot there. That cue ball will just naturally come out. Maybe a touch of right hand side off the cushion just a little bit. Just don't want to give it too much though, because that'll ping out too fast if you play too much, too hard. Just nice and easy. Yes, nicely done, Marianne Edwards. So if we think about this frame, if Marianne slots this, and she needed more pocket than she'd be comfortable with, but she's done the job. This all came down from that interesting shot of Charlotte's where the cue ball jumped, because she was pretty much in the box seat until then. I think probably the 2 would be the preferable ball next after that shot. Might have to be after this one. Yeah. Four's going to be the tricky one to deal with here. Okay, Aileen, do you run that 10 down? You're going to take a cut on the 11. I'm going to push the 15 down. All sorts of options here. 10's on where it is. Yeah, 11's a bit limited. You're potting well, so this is a good option. I think I just put the commentator's curse on. So Charlotte got one off the break. She's taken a small one. Yep, well executed. So Harry's still got to work out what she's going to do with that 4. Does she deal with it now by taking the 7? She's got a wee bit of angle there. Come back into there. It goes into the left-hand side pocket. Sort of push that cue ball up into that bunch that's blocking the 4. You've got the 2 as an option for next shot if you don't leave yourself the 4. But you've got an opportunity to take the split on. Okay, she looks like she's playing this low, so I suspect she's going to have a go at putting this cue ball into that bunch. Too much. Too much down and too much stun and not enough, too much screw, not enough sort of run through. Runs, yeah, hard to describe. Probably be looking at playing the cue ball round about Habas 4 there, giving the combo away, and pushing through to get it to run into there. I think she dug into that too much. Marianne's got a tricky wee shot here, just playing, clearing the shot out. Yep. Charlotte's got a wee bit of work to do. There's nothing there that's sort of that bad. The 7's on. It could be past the 11, I'm pretty sure. What's Aileen doing with a combo here? Yep. Good business. So 7 now, if it's on past there. Yes, it is. Someone's called a ref to watch this shot. I think there's going to have to be a bad mistake to make that a foul. Yeah, no problem with that at all. So that's 4's still a bit tricky for Zari. It's causing her a little bit of grief. And causing that sort of an issue. However, I think Aileen's going to be forced into taking the 12 here, which is going to free that 4 up a little bit. Open up another pocket option for it to go into. I know she's taken the 14 on, so she must be able to see that cleanly. If Aileen doesn't get this 14, she's in danger of leaving a free ball here. Probably overhit that a little bit. Still got the 10. Charlotte's decided to take a medicine on that 6. Yeah, that's a pretty good result. Puts a power of pressure on Marianne. The 15's tying the black up a little bit. And she's got to work out what to do with that 11. Okay, we're looking at a little bit of a stun on the 13 up into the corner now. Bring the cue ball back a little bit. Leave Zari tricky little shot on the 4. A sort of in or frame over type shot on it. And we're just going to take the 11 first. What it needs to make sure that cue ball's as far over to the right as she can. After this shot, without leaving it somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so what Zari's got now is a relatively easy run-through shot on the 4. I think Aileen needed to punch that a bit more to get that cue ball. I think the cue ball was more important than the pot there. Just for the safety and the difficulty of the shot. It was a very low percentage shot. Yeah, that's pretty much perfect there. Okay, Charlotte's got herself a bit of a strife here. I think she's just left herself the long double. Don't think that's on past the 15 into the top left corner. Okay, one good shot here from Aileen. Screw this back down the table from the pot. It's a relatively easy shot from that. It's well within a wheelhouse. Okay, looks like... Let's see. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure that was on past there. I was going to have a look at the overhead, but I didn't want to upset the other table. What's going on there? Okay, Aileen's decided that she's taken the tyranny of distance. She can take the distance on here. Didn't really want to screw that back down. I don't know if she saw the angle a little bit differently. Maybe it looks a bit different from here. I was sort of thinking it was on, but might not have been. Obviously, she's got a better view of the table than we do from up here with the camera angle. Either way, Aileen's eye is well in today. Hopefully I haven't put the commentator's curse on anyone. Apologies if I have. So Marianne's just got herself in a very good position here. Oh, I did put the commentator. I apologise for that, Aileen. I'll take the blame for that one. Yeah. Yes, sometimes it pays to miss them by more than it does to just miss them, because if you miss them by more, they don't sit over the pocket for your opponent. Not sure where Charlotte's going with this one. She's playing a heap of right-hand side on that cue ball if she's queuing it up like that. It sort of might be on in that top right, top left pocket. But I'm not sure why she's playing that much side on it. She's trying to run through. There's nowhere on that table that cue ball's going to be safe. Okay, she's changed the shot. That's a very, very, very good black. I thought that was in. I really thought that was in. Dry break from Aileen. Oh, interesting option there, Marianne. You need to be queuing good here. I think the other way might have been better there. I don't think that was the option there. I think you should have taken that cut on into the side first. It was doable. You've left yourself a harder shot on it now than you had before. These blind angles aren't that flash. So Zari's taken the small ones. Yeah. That frame on the right hand table was anyone's up until the end. Does this 5 go in there, does it? Yes, it does. Take the split on now. Yep. Pretty sure that 3 doesn't go past the 12, so you're left with the 2 at a tricky angle, I think. Don't think you can see past the 13 for the 4. Ooh, okay, taking that on into the top left. Dry break from Marianne. Aileen's options. 10's cuttable. So she can see past for the 15, can she? See past the 13 for the 15, or is she taking the 13? Haven't got the overhead on that table, so we can't have a look. She's put the blocker in, but she's given away the free ball. So the blocker's only going to be very, very temporary. Charlotte's queuing pretty positively today. Playing some nice strokes. But having said that, there was that mare in the second frame. That was a full pocket off that miss. A good positive stroke. It's one of those shots where you're playing more for the cue ball than you are for the pot. We all do them. We all know what that's like. It's good position. But part B is no good without part A. Now this shot looks like it might be a bit dangerous, but if it's only played pocket weight, then the cue ball is going to... Yeah, okay, that was sort of more a dig than a stroke. So now we've got the plant on, potentially, for Zari. Always fraught as plants. So Aileen's got a lot of options here now. I suspect this 15 is just going to be sitting in front of this 4. Yes, it is. How? Yep, the 6 is on down into the top left, top right on the right-hand table. Okay, that 10's on past the 15, and then the 15's on. If you play a wee run through, I think there's a little bit of angle there to play that shot. So it's a bit of a road map here. 10, 15, 12. Then you go 9, 11, you go 9, 11, 12. Either way. Just got to work out how to transition onto that black. Charlotte. Yeah, good idea to get the 4 out, but given the combo away, it's probably not conducive to helping you with the frame. Unfortunate miss from Aileen. It leaves Zari right in the box seat in this frame now. So Marianne's looking at... Should be looking at that 14 here now. Just a stop shot. Down, taking that before the 11. Okay, now she's going to take the 6, is she? I'm not sure what the thinking was there. That 14's your tricky ball. Maybe that was the one you should have taken first. Zari's making this awkward for herself. She could have done better with those 2 beside the side pocket, I feel. I don't think that cue ball went where she thought it was going to go or where she wanted it to go. Nice shot there, Marianne. Okay, so you're going to play in this quite thin. I don't think it's going to go in off with that thin cut. It's going to go 2 cushions. Sort of the 2 diamonds by the corners, maybe. Travel the cue ball back towards the black, which is what you want. Marianne, I don't think you really want to take this pot on. You're not going to face cut it because the cue ball's going to go back up the table. Rank miss, bit too thin there, matey. So you just leave the cue ball on the cushion. Or close to it. Yeah, that's not bad. No, the 4's there. Really wanted it on the cush so that black's covering the 4, so leaves Charlotte nothing but the 7. But I think she's got that 4 now. And once she's in amongst all of those, she can do some damage to that table. So combo for Aileen. 9. Yeah, 9's blocking the 11, so you take that. Yes. So this will just, cue ball will come up naturally for the 12. I think that's there. Yeah, she's playing it like it is. Yeah, good shot, Aileen. You've actually got yourself a big pocket if you leave yourself a double now. Yeah, I can see what you're trying to do there. So the 4's potable. You can't play the stun because you're going straight and off, so you might need to run through a little bit. Makes the shot a bit more difficult. So do you take the cut on, Zari? That's what you're looking at. It's not easy. Yeah, fraught with danger, that shot. Just sort of... Marianne, you needed to cover that black. You haven't done that. Although you've left a straight 2 for Charlotte. So getting position on that 1's going to be interesting. Which way are you going? You're going back into the corner? Oh, okay. Yeah, not sure which corner you were going for, but it certainly went into a corner. That's not a bad leave there. That could be worse. The double's on for the 1. But it's where the cue ball's going to go. You don't want to be too far across the left-hand side of the table, which is where the cue ball's naturally going to go. cuts on back into that corner, the cue ball's going to travel though. I think that's the shot. You take the risk. You're going to put the cue ball up the other end of the table. Probably round about where it is now will be where it ends up. You don't have to hit it hard. It's cuttable. Just don't overhit it. Yeah, lovely shot. Righto, I'm going to take a wee break because all of this coffee's working its way through me. I will be back in a minute. Right, that's better. Interesting result. Janet McGrath beat Gina Grimwood 4-1, who advanced to play Kimberly Cullen in the last 16. Well done, Janet. Lydia Burnett progressed over Celia Basin 4-2. Jojo over Hannah Wood 4-2. Camelia Cook 4-1 over Lisa Miles. So she'll be playing the winner of Marianne and Charlotte. Katrina McLean in the last 16 over Tab Powell 4-0. So Lydia Burnett playing Sharon Sider in the last 16. And in the trophy, last 16, Jasmine Purdon playing Nicole Morgan. Kat McKenzie waiting on Taryn Culp and Jenna Stewart. Carol Cameron waiting on Nikki Cameron, Jess Mackey. Jan Spooner's playing Liz Hullen. Patrice McGrath waiting on Sonia Henare and Lee Early. Vicky Spears waiting on Lizzie Moses, Michelle Parr for the last 16. Right, let's jump back into this. Good position on that 5, but you've still got some work to do to get on that black, Marianne. Suppose you could run that through, but you've got to avoid that 14. I'm not sure you can do that with that angle. That black's on inside the 12. So a little wee bit of a stun just to come across. Yes, I see you playing that with a little bit of side. Yep, nicely done. Don't know if that was a containing shot or a miss there, Zari. If that was a containing shot, you haven't done yourself any favours with that 14. Right, Marianne just dragged herself a frame back. Might have been tempted to try and put that cue ball on the other side of the 3 so that Zari only had the 12 to play. Or the 14. Now she's got an opportunity to put another ball over the bag. Well, she's left free ball now. So I suspect that 12 is not long for this world. It's pretty tight past that 8 for the 12. She coming off the cushion onto it just to get it out of there. Yeah, that was well executed. So I suspect this 3 is going to be running along the cushion now. Doesn't matter if it goes in or not. It's not going to upset the 2 or the 8. The cue ball's not going to upset the 2 or the 8 on the way back down the table. And getting that 3 in front of those 3 overs is certainly going to put a handbrake on Zari's. Oh, she's going for it. She is going for it. Good on her. Okay, it's trying to go off the 10. I don't know why you would want to bother doing that. Didn't need to. You just put yourself in a world of hurt now. possibly might have pulled the pin on the grenade just a little bit early, if I can use the phrase from Corey Reed. I think you've got enough room to play the double on the 5 to get it back out of there. Either way, you need to do something with it. You've still got the 2 blocking off the 8, so limiting it a little bit. Limiting it a bit more. Probably stop shot might not have been best option there. Could have run through a little bit. You see the 14, okay. You take the 5, push the, is that the 10? Yeah, this 10, is it? 12 in the bottom left corner on that table. Yeah, good shot there, Zari. Clean that 8 out. So they're all there for you now. Unlucky. Oh, Zari, we've seen you do that a little bit in the last day or two, my friend. I think there's something happening there with your you've made a couple of misses like that. I saw you miss a black in the pairs, and you've done a couple of shots like that in this match as well. Okay, Marianne's got herself in a bit of pain there because she can see the 10, but she can't do much with it. Yeah, that's the best you're going to be able to do out of that, Aileen. The only other option you really had was playing off the 10 onto the 3 to push it over, but that still would have left the cue ball moving up the table a little bit. Yeah, not bad. So Charlotte's got an option of moving that 3 down inside the whatever the hell it is beside the black. Okay, you bought yourself a little bit of time there, Zari. But all that Aileen's going to be doing is popping that 5 off the cushion now. Then you're just left with that plant on the 9-14. Oh, not quite. I think there's a 14 there. I think that's still on in there. I won't go to the overhead while Aileen's playing. Not quite what you're after, but at least the cue ball's in a good place. Yeah, 14's on. I think you probably don't worry about the 14 now anyway. Yeah, you deal with that 15 first. not sure that was the best option there. You needed to run that through. That's a total miss there. That's combo away, Marianne. Hopefully that won't be too costly for you. I think it might be though. I feel that might have been a bit of a high velocity discharge there, Aileen. So I wasn't paying much attention to the right-hand table. I'm not certain that Charlotte made the best use of that combo that she could have from that result. I may be wrong. I know it doesn't happen very often, but it's just known to happen occasionally. So it's probably the best option for Aileen, just for where it leaves the cue ball. Not bad, not bad. If that's not a snooker on the 13, that's a pretty good option. Okay, that was a good pot. So we've got a bit of a roadmap here now for Zari. If she can run it through. Yeah, that's not bad. That is not a bad... ooh. Well, I don't think she's feeling it today. Certainly not in this frame anyway. It wasn't a bad shot there from Charlotte. So it's taken the 7 next from the looks of it, I would suspect. A bit of a stun. She's not happy. I don't know why. It's not bad bridging. There's a wee bit of angle there. Yeah, it's a little bit of angle. It shouldn't be that bad with it. Oh, okay, that might have been what she was worried about. I don't think she was comfortable with that shot anyway. I certainly didn't like the way she was bridging. It was very, very long between her bridge hand and the Q-tip. That's just a recipe for disaster, playing like that. Any flaw in your cueing is exaggerated with a long bridge. I've got a feeling Aileen will not be making Zari play again. Now she's going to play this plant. but she will not be wanting the pot, I don't think. Maybe she will take the pot on, might leave the black and cue ball in a good place. Certainly won't be a hard shot anyway. She won't be playing the cue ball hard yet. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. It's a good shot from Aileen. There's a lot of margin for error in that shot. Two each on the left. Three each on the right. So now we get back to the hill that I missed out on before. Strong break from Charlotte. Got one on the left middle. Small one. But I think the big ones are the option here. So she's going to, with that 11 in the corner, but I don't think she can see it directly, so I've got a feeling it will be a plant either from the 10 or the 12 onto the 11. Yeah, good option. Splits out the 11 off that 2. Pretty sure she's got the 10 there. The 10's on, but not from where she is. It's nothing much on at all there, really. So you'd be promoting something here. I don't think there's any plants or anything. 9's stopping any sort of double thoughts from the 12. So she's taken the cut on the 14 to promote it into the pocket. Yeah, playing the safety. Good option. 3's on past the 6, I reckon. Like this overhead. Yeah, that 3's on past the 6 into the top left corner. But that's a sort of like dangerous leave. Where are we going with this? You're just causing some mischief over there, Marianne. Yeah, I'm not certain that was the best option with where that cue ball ended up. You've given Charlotte an opportunity to cause a whole lot of strife with one of her difficult balls. That was a clever shot. You're playing any old 9 you like now, Charlotte. I mean, it's on and you're going to have a few options afterwards. Yeah, that's the strife with long hair, isn't it? Dropping into something on the table. Now you look like the hunchback from Notre Dame. Was that a deliberate miss there or not? If it was a miss, I think you probably would have been playing into those 3 balls just to clear them out a little bit. So I think that was deliberate promotion of the shot there. deliberate placement of that, just a pocket blocky, so to speak. Pardon the slang there for something I just made up on the spur of the moment because I couldn't get the words out properly.
Just if I do it, she goes to the table.
They must have had a coffee break on the other table, or coffee working its way through them break on the other table. Dry break from Aileen. I think Charlotte's counting on that 4 causing a bit of strife for Marianne. She's not being aggressive here. It's hill, so I don't see why you would be. You just don't want to give your opponent an opportunity to do some damage there. So that 1's going to go inside the 14 at some stage, possibly now, unless she doubles it back into the 6. Not sure that's the right way to do it. Yeah, all right. That was a neither here nor there shot, Marianne. It's relatively safe. Charlotte's got an option of 2 options here. One is to play on to the 13, promote the 15 a little bit. It'll leave the 4 in a bad place, but she's playing the double back. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad, but she has to do something with this pocket now. And then there was room before for a ball to go inside, but now it's completely open. The 4's still a problem for the for Marianne, but it so's the 15 and 13 for Charlotte. Oh, I'm not comfortable. That's, yeah, okay, that'll work. So Marianne's options here. That 4's going to be causing some strife here because she can do some damage at the table now. Run the 1 on cross onto the 6. Because the 1's not doing any good with that 14 where it is. So she can take the 1 here. And then the 2, maybe try and get an angle to get into those, that bunch of 3. Okay, I think you're playing any old 2 you like here now. Not sure the plant was the best option. There, that 1 was on directly. You maybe should have taken that and come back. Because what you're really looking for is an opportunity to get some sort of split on those 3. There's no plant on for that 15, so you could have played something in there. Yeah. You can see what you're trying to do, tie things up as much as possible. You're not making anything easier for yourself. Don't think Charlotte's got the angle to play off the 14 with any sort of power into that group to split them from here. She may do. She's queuing quite well. Okay, she's just going to play this out. What do we do here? Get that 2 out of there, maybe. I mean, there's plenty of scope on the table. Oh, I'm not sure this is the right option, Marianne. You should be making Charlotte clear that out, not you. So that's on now, that 15, and when it wasn't before, you needed to get some of your awkward balls out. So now you've got 2 balls in awkward places, and Charlotte's got all the options. I'm not certain that was the right shot.
trophy last 16's gone up to 4.
Okay, and she puts it straight back in there. I can see what she was trying to do, but didn't have the wasn't enough power in the shot to deal with that. So that 8-3 should be staying where it is because it cuts down one of the obvious pockets for the black into the into that corner. So I'm pretty sure that if you're playing that double, you'd be calling a ref over for watching out the double Q there, but on the 15 back inside the 3, but I don't think that's your option here, is it? That's going to be interesting queuing. No, you're going to take the 10, make the cue ball travel back up for the 13, or if you can get it over to the other side of the table. It's playing high, so it's coming back for the 13. Yeah, that wouldn't be your favourite shot today, Charlotte, I'm guessing. Don't know if that 2's on past the 13, is it? No, it isn't. Pardon me for focusing on the Hill match over the 2-2 match, but we've got time in the 2-2 match. If that was deliberate, that's good thinking, I think, Marianne. Cuts down Charlotte's options. That miss on the 10 is going to cause her a bit of pain, I suspect. Remains to be seen if the match is going to hinge on that shot or not. Ten's not on from there with a cut into the corner. Okay, she might be seeing that 30. Yeah, definitely. Oh, okay, it's through there. Okay, still not on. Now the 2's on after the 4's gone. Or there's a plant there. I think she's looking at a face cut here. Okay, so Marianne's back into it. That's you're going to have to take the plant on if you do anything. Oh, this has to be a very, very good shot if you take this on, my friend. And it is beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so 3 and then the cube black back into the top, into the side on the left. Just run it in, sweet. Oh, too big, too big, too big. So you're looking at a double, but you've got the 15, which is maybe half an insurance ball. Okay, I think possibly just trickle that 3 in might have been the shot there. I mean, it's really good with hindsight and commentating and saying that. Those that can do, those that can't commentate. Plus 20/20 hindsight. But this is pretty much a roadmap here. Yeah. And it looks like Charlotte is, with barring any stupid mistakes, progressing through. It was an interesting match. I think we all know that Charlotte's got a lot of potential, but there's a bit of inconsistency there. Marianne's a class act, always has been. So that was a really good match. Hopefully this does not disrupt the two. Nope. Lovely. Just as an aside, I think that makes 37 titles, that regional, island and national titles that Aileen has, with the winning the pairs with Liz on Saturday. It's certainly well up there.
Sure, our stats man Alex Stones will come out with the numbers in the...
Yeah, I know he... Yeah, yeah. Far be it from me to go anywhere near describing Aileen as a goat, but she is getting up into that sort of territory title-wise. Very, very impressive. It's probably a little bit overhit. I don't know whether she's going for the corner or the side, but there's not really in real danger with that, so she doesn't overhit it. Yep. 3-2 to Aileen. Zari to break. Wow, we have 135 viewers.
After the completion of the North Island, the 2025 Women's North and South Islands, she had 24 titles.
24 titles after the completion of the
25 South Islands.
25 South Islands, 2025 South Islands.
So a year ago. I went and did a search on Alex's page.
Okay. Yeah, producer tells me it's 25. I thought it was up over in 30, but it's still pretty bloody impressive.
He still is well and truly clear on the titles. The next was 15. There was 3 equals.
So the next after Aileen with 25, 26 now is 15.
Kerry Lowe,
Kerry Lowe.
Cook and Denise Wilkinson all on 15.
Oh.
All were on 15 at that stage.
Wow. Yes, impressive. So try break. Aileen's slotting the 3 in the top corner. Or having... not from that. Okay, I'm going to stop talking people up, because that's twice today I've put a commentator's curse on someone. Zari preferring overs to unders. It's pretty much of a muchness. I think that 7's the only one that's going to be any sort of awkwardness, and it's not that awkward, to be fair. Okay, 3's going to go past the 4. I don't think the 6 goes past the 13, but if he goes back in the bottom left. So 7 might go inside the 9. Pretty sure that 4 goes past the will go, so next shot probably going to be the 7 somewhere. She's stunning this to go inside the 9, or she's just going to run it through back into the other cushion. Yeah. No, she's going to miss it completely. That was awkward bridging.
So waiting on 2 games in the trophy and for.
So we've got waiting on 2 games in the trophy to get the plate out, and 3 games in the main to get the flight out, which will hurry up the program a little bit. Plenty of options here for Zari. It's probably a little bit of a tight angle to come back. She's going to play this run through. Get the cue ball moving up there. Yep, that'll work. Slot the 11. Cue ball will probably come back onto the 2. Use the 2 as a handbrake maybe. So you got a shot on the 13. Or just play it like that. Well done. So nice natural angle, just come back up for the 12. Some unusual misses from these players. All sorts of things going on. Pretty sure that 4's on. It might be the better option because everything else is awkward queuing one way or the other. I mean, you could take the 5 down into the corner, but it's not a high percentage shot. The 4, thin cut, will give you a shot at the 7. Yeah, I can see what Aileen was trying to do there. I mean, it was a low percentage shot with that sort of bridging. Trying to leave it safe, but you probably would have been better off getting a pot and getting a couple of balls out of the way, put a bit of pressure back on Zari. So what we've got now is tried that plant. That's a brave plant from that distance. It wasn't that far away. I would have thought the 13 was on directly. Or was it the one of them, the other was on directly? Need the overhead on this table. All my constant harping about it. Nothing's happened yet, not since yesterday.
You've only got 3 cables working downstairs.
Excuses, excuses, excuses.
And it involves a bit more work than just...
Oh, it involves some work, I'm told. Oh, well, people are scared of work.
Daryl would have to create another frame like he has.
Hang on, speak English, man. You're talking to someone that's, as soon as you start talking IT tech, their eyes roll to the back of their head here, buddy.
So the overhead camera's got 2 lights above it on a frame with a mount in between.
Yeah, okay, so there's a special mount for the overhead. Yep. Well, you've had 2 days to sort it. I don't see any progress here.
We only need it on the main table.
So much for a bloody country of innovation and number 8 wire mentality here. Interesting option from Aileen. That's not bad, blocking off the path of the 12 down the corner, but I think the 13's on. So this will bring the cue ball naturally back up for the 12 anyway. Unless you do that. Wow. I don't think these guys are feeling it today. So Zari just went and sat down. She didn't get the ball out of the pocket. I don't think she's a happy camper. So Aileen's opportunity to clean up her crap ball. That'll run the cue ball back up the table for the 7. Yeah, that's a good shot. Just want to avoid making yourself play over the 12, but it's just a little stun. You don't really want to be bothering to run through, I don't think. Unless you want to run through and put the 6 somewhere to give yourself a shot on the 8. No, that's perfect. Yeah. I think you've got a wee bit of angle there, so you can run the cue ball through, back up the table to have a shot in the 8 inside the 13. Seems to be the natural. Yeah, she's playing high up the cue ball, so she must be looking at that shot. Oops, something's disturbed her down there. That was sort of more stabby than strokey. Something's disrupted her thinking down there, make her stand up, put someone walk in front of the table or something like that. I mean, she was facing the wall and not out into the room, so, you know, was there another player on another table? Was she just not feeling it? Okay, so another chance for the sort of similar shot. Don't have to push it this time. Natural angle is going to bring the cue ball up, so you don't have to do anything with the cue ball too much. Just going to make sure of the pot. It's no easier than the other shot before it. No, I don't think either of these players are really feeling it today. So there's plenty of room there for a bit of a stun down the towards the bottom of the table to get a shot on the 13 for Zari. It's a fairly easy pot. It's just a matter of whether get yourself positioned on the black from the 13. He's playing it low. He's got to punch it a bit, and well, that's one way of doing it. So the black's going into the top right. It's an obvious pocket here. Probably want to stun it a little bit, because if it runs through, it's sort of heading towards that side pocket. Yeah, there's enough room there for that 6 to be a bit disruptive. The other option is you play off the 6 and put the cue ball in off the cushion onto the 8, just off the jaw. But, you know, shot to nothing there, so 6 1/2 dozen. Neither of them are easy or particularly palatable, but you've got to do what you've got to do. Personally, I'd be playing for where the cue ball ends up. Well, then you could just do that, Aileen. Gutsy shot. Mind you, 3-2 up. You might as well take the chance.
There we go.
Yeah. 4-2 Aileen over Zari.
We'll take this chance and do our reset for the day.
So we're going to do a reset for the day. So you have to log off, log back on, or whatever the technical term is. I can feel my eyes rolling to the back of my head just saying that.